Hey guys, I'm Lee from Lee Likes Music, the place to share, explore, and learn about rock music from Bandcamp. And in today's video, I'm going to look at another album by Chastity Belt. It's an indie rock band from Seattle, US, and they've come out with a new album called I Used to Spend So Much Time Alone. That's coming up. So Chastity Belt is a girls-only band. It's a four-piece from Seattle, US, and they started out in a small college town. It's a small town where there basically isn't that much happening, so they were quite bored. And two of the original members of this band, actually imagined themselves in the future to be a part of this band called Chastity Belt, and that is what happened. So they gathered a couple of other friends, they started creating some songs, they played a few shows, and they also had some other friends that actually were in the process of creating a record label. So there they had the whole route just laid in front of them to record songs and to put their music out there into the world. Some of their first songs also got some really great exposure. They got some radio play on, I think it was BBC Radio, which was amazing. The band members started crying when this happened, and it was just so surprising that everything just happened like that. I mean, it seemed like they didn't put that much effort into becoming famous or actually getting some commercial success. They just did this because they didn't have any other things to do at the moment. So in 2013 they started touring and things started getting more and more serious. And to be honest, I actually haven't listened to their two previous albums, but I have listened to this newest one quite a bit, and that is the one that we're going to look into in today's video. When it comes to the inspiration of the band, I can definitely hear that there is some sonic youth here. The guitars specifically have, throughout this whole album, a very discordant feel. There are much psychedelic-ness in this music, not necessarily what the Sonic Youth were famous for, but they definitely have this discordant, this balance between something very negative and positive, accordant and discordant in their songs, their music. So I Used to Spend So Much Time Alone is an album with 14 tracks. It's quite a long album, actually. I think it ticks in on a total runtime of between 50 minutes and an hour. For the most part, this album was more of a pick and choose for me, much like the previous review that I did yesterday of Mutoid Man's Hormones. This album as well is really just, there's a lot of passable songs here, some mediocre songs, and then there are some gems in between. And those are the songs that I really want to talk about and share with you in today's video, because that is what really made me feel something, and made me think about their music and want to return to their music at the end of the day. So yeah. The first song that caught my attention is the second track, which is called Cought In A Lie. This is a song that steps right into action. All of the instruments, the vocals, all step in and contribute to the sound image immediately when you jump into the song almost. And it is a nice transition from the previous song. It was something that made me feel like, oh, okay, this is a cohesive record, or at least it gives off this first impression, which is really good. The verse feels a bit cold, and the chorus feels very warm. It is very giving and revealing, and there's this juxtaposition between these parts that really makes this song stand out. Julia, the vocalist, delivers these phrases, these lines that just haunt my mind, and in a good way. That is, I really want to listen to the song more. I'm looking forward to the song to end in a way, because I want to play the song again when it's about to end. The next track that caught my ears is the sixth one, which is called It's Obvious. It starts out with a solo guitar that plays this very neutral melody with some dark undertones to it, and then some seconds later the rest of the band comes in and the whole soundscape just blooms. It becomes much more alive, and the whole mood of the song has traits, it has these characteristics of being very, how can I put it? of being quite light, of being euphoric and dreamy in a way. During the chorus, the band steps on the mesmeric pedal. Julia's vocals become very flighty, she carry higher notes, and the rest of the band go into this crepuscular, dark soundscape that has these dark undertones to it. It's really nice to see how they balance this very light, euphoric part with something that is much darker. It's I imagine it is very hard to create this as a band, but they actually managed to perform it in such a masterful way here. The guitar solo at the end is also another thing that really highlights what they wanted to do on the song. They wanted to create this balance between something accordant and discordant. The next song that I want to talk about is called What the Hell. It's the 7th song on the album, and it starts out with a mix of acoustic guitars. Then there's this clean, melodic electric guitar on top of that again. They play this very down-to-earth melody, and that is something that you'll find in many of their other songs as well. It's not like their melodies are they're not trying to attack you in any way. It's very mellow and down-to-earth. And another thing that I noticed about the song is just how I got more intrigued when I listened to the lyrics. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that the lyrics were more direct in a way. And when I looked into the lyrics weren't really that direct at all. It almost looks like the writer, it looked like she were in this period of going through some mood swings. It looks like she doesn't know what to feel, but at the same time, it does look like she knows what to feel, but it's just changing all the time. I don't know. The second verse goes like this. I look at my phone again, I just want to die. Aside from that, I feel alright. And then the chorus goes like this. But you tell me what I want to hear. Yeah, you tell me what I want to hear. Sometimes I don't even know you at all. So what the hell? So yeah, I think that this is a song about dishonesty and apathy. If you look at the chorus, for example, you tell me what I want to hear, it's easy for someone who is in a relationship to, say for example, if you don't want to deal with the stress or the pain of actually telling the truth to another person, it is easy to just tell the person, yeah, it's like that. You know, you want to hide the real problems under the rug and tell a person what he or she wants to hear. So yeah, I guess that is my interpretation of it. Track number Track number 8 is called Something Else, and it starts out with these really pounding and building drums and instruments. It also has some noisy guitar in the background, which is quite a contrast to what you will otherwise hear on this album. But it soon changes, it soon settles into a much calmer part when the verse comes in. What is really interesting here and weird and quirky is how the melody of the verse is bouncing back and forth. It's ricocheting and it makes you disoriented. You never know when the transition from the verse to something else is going to happen. But once you get more familiarized with the song, once you listen to it a couple of times, you get used to it. And you hear that there is a stark difference between the verse and the chorus, which actually is really good. The song is polarized in a way, but that is what makes it exciting, because there is a lot of versatility in the song that always keeps you enticed. If I had some hashtags that I would quickly slap on top of the song, it would probably be beachy, chill, and positive. And a lot of the songs on this album is quite negative and depressive to listen to in a way. So yeah, again, just like the previous song with the verse that was ricocheting and bouncing back and forth, listen to how nimble and quickly the song is in terms of the events that is going on in the first part. You never know where the song is going. It's going from something accordant to something discordant in such a short time, in the snap of a finger. I can definitely hear a resemblance to Sonic Youth in the song, and I love the space, the distant feel that the chorus has. compared to all the other sections of the song. It almost feels like an eternity waiting for the chorus, and when it comes, it's just... They're so distant, but at the same time they collide so perfectly into each other. Yeah, I like it. When you come to the end of the song, the last section, which is quite lengthy and drony and noisy, it almost teases you because you want to listen to the song again, but at the same time you want to listen to the song from start to finish. It's like a dilemma that you have to, yeah, settle for yourself, really. Or at least that is what I felt. It might be possible that you feel differently, but yeah. Now, just to round off, there are 3 songs after this one: Don't Worry, Bender, and I'm Fine. And these are actually songs that are a little bit calmer compared to the previous tracks on the album. It's like the album just glides to a slower, calmer ending, which is actually quite nice to listen to. Sadly, I didn't pay that much attention to these songs. I kind of fell out here and there because they weren't really as enticing. The melody patterns really didn't spike anything for me, and it's not like I'm waiting for any spike to happen. I mean, I love to have patience with music and let music grow on me, but I simply don't think that this is something that is going to grow, because it's just, yeah, it's not exciting in any sort of way, and it's not something that invites me back. Surely these songs work. There is some quality here. I know that this band is actually able to create some songs, but that is the thing. You're not supposed to just create songs. You're supposed to create a piece of art that you want to return to over and over again. And there are songs, as I mentioned here, that is doing that, but there's also songs that simply stand there as a filler track, where there is a guitar with that is soaked in some effects. The singer, Julia, I believe, she's singing these hazy, laid-back vocals on top, and after listening to the album a few times, you get used to it. So it's not like you want to spend many times listening to this album, because it doesn't lack in terms of cohesiveness. This is definitely a super cohesive album, but the problematic part is about the versatility. There's not a lot of versatility here. You feel like you've listened to most of what the album has to offer after the first few listens of the entire album. So yeah, pick and choose. It's a pick and choose album for me. I wouldn't say that this is an album that I want to share with a lot of people. Maybe I would share some of the songs, because I feel like that is really what I can give to other people of any value. These songs that I talk to you about, really. And yeah, cohesive album, but still not as exciting, not as rejuvenating, not as experimental, and it's not discovering any new ground. That is what I want to say. I'm gonna give this album a 6 out of 10. It's worth to check out, but yeah, I can't say that it's really something that is gonna blow your mind. If you go to my previous video that I did of Mutoid Man's newest album, which is called Warmones, there is a competition at the end of that video. If you want to go back and watch that video and you want to join the competition, that would be awesome. It's basically a competition where you need to guess what album that I'm drawing, and if you guess the correct answer, you just leave a comment down below in the comments. And if you did answer correctly first, then I'm gonna sign a poster of me posing like this. Ta-da! Love me. I'm gonna send you an album. It's a surprise album, but yeah, cool nonetheless. I love to give away stuff. So yeah, if you want to do that, you can go and do it. If you don't want to do it, then don't do it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like to share, explore, and learn about rock music from Bandcamp, then I highly suggest you click the red subscribe button below. Also make sure you hit the bell icon beside the subscribe button, because in that way you'll always get notified when I upload new videos to this beautiful place right here. Thank you again for watching. Hope to see you later. Stay tuned. Bye.